Stupid.
Welcome into the Gospel Alpha Show.
She gonna start it off like that? Is that what we're doing? Freaking gay dinosaurs.
Hey, look, it's time for Thanksgiving. Everybody needs a good laugh. Steve Brown shared that video, and I can watch that 100 times. It never gets boring to me.
Because you
that
ignorant.
shit's hilarious to me. Yes. That shit was funny, Lucky. I like that. How you doing, Lucky?
I'm doing good. I'll just be glad to be done cooking tomorrow, okay?
You know what? I was expecting that response when I played that clip, but it's all good.
No, I've been laughing because I've been seeing a lot of memes of what's that non-talking dude that's running?
Oh my God, Herschel! Oh my God,
Hey, girl,
I get a headache every time.
They got a picture of him in the back car with them two white, and then they shared the doggone picture from with Eddie Murphy.
No,
trading places.
Oh my God,
when he was in the can. They put them together.
Herschel Walker sound like he did slave Ebonic cards. That's how he talks.
I go rub.
I's gonna rub for friends old did. I mean, that's how he talks. It is just irritating.
You can win.
He did a better job of talking like Samuel Jackson did in Django. He topped Samuel Jackson with the slave conversation.
See, the thing is, Samuel was acting. His is natural.
That is very true.
So there's a big difference there.
Well, first and foremost, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Everybody who's in the kitchen cooking, going to grandma's house, your family's house. We hope you guys have a safe, happy holiday. If you guys are going Black Friday shopping, more power to you. I don't do that shit.
Let me tell you something. The only way you need to be going to grandma's house if your ass is 3 or 4. Because grandma tired of cooking.
Y'all grown ass need to be bringing something. For real.
But the thing is, you need to be inviting. We invited our grandma.
Yeah, grandmama she shouldn't be cooking no more dinner. She should be coming to your house.
That part.
Enjoying your food.
Grandma said she's tired of you Negroes.
Okay then, so that's what we're talking about right now. But before we bring on our special guest, I got to go through a couple of things we saw online trending. And one thing I found very interesting is Lawrence Fishburne. He opened up about going to therapy, about abusing his first wife. Now,
I thought you were talking about Lawrence Killabue. Okay, go ahead. It sounds like him beating on people and shit, needing therapy, but go ahead.
But Lawrence Fishburne with therapy and said he was in a physical altercation with his wife, his first wife. I think he's been married twice. Yes. And he went to therapy, and I'm glad the brother is at least seeking therapy.
Isn't she an actress?
No, his second wife was an actress.
Second, okay. How many?
Well, I'm just going on 1 and 2. But at the same time, it makes you wonder why he played Ike Turner so well. Now we know why.
Yeah. There you go.
It
was natural.
It was a natural reaction about whooping somebody's ass.
I can't see him doing that.
Girl, you don't know.
It's so, I mean, you never know about people.
You'll never know about folks.
But I see him in, Wake Up! Oh,
that's School Days. Yeah, School Days and other movies. Yeah, but still, everybody got personal issues. Everybody's human. So I'm glad he got help for that situation. Now, I know y'all know about this, but I'm still going to talk about the shit anyway. The Chrisleys, Todd and Julie Chrisley.
Girl, I'm so upset about this.
Are sentenced to 19 years total in prison for fraud and tax evasion. Now, if you guys watch the reality series, which we love, Chrisley Knows Best, we have been watching this show forever and find it hilarious. And now they have tax evasion and fraud, and they're both going to serve time. The husband's going to serve the most time. The wife is going to serve like 7 years.
Chrisley is not made for this shit. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
Because it's so bougie.
I hate to say it. Somebody going to bitch him up day one. I hate to say it. Somebody's
well, you know what? I'm afraid that they leave that man alone.
I hope I don't want no harm.
But just the simple fact that he got to take showers like that and eat that kind of... Y'all know how bougie he is.
And at the same time, they already canceled the show. Okay.
Man,
The show is gone once that sentencing came through because they were indicted back in 2019. So now, hey, the network said, no, we can't. No.
Nah, come on, network, go to jail. I want to see.
Come on, get some money off the rerun, something.
Or at least, but I'm like, yo, they did this quick. Can they speed up with Trump? Because they did the same thing. I know Trump is worse.
I wish they would have the same energy when it came to that situation. I promise you.
I told you, I think it's because a lot of people think he, and I don't think he is, but people say his mannerism, and he got a black granddaughter.
That too. Other news, Kelly Brown, I'm not sorry, not Kelly, but Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
Is getting the tail end. She just recently announced Chris Brown as a winner of one of the awards here. And when people start booing, she was like, hey, y'all chill out. And then even afterwards, they were talking, gave her a quick interview, and she was like, everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody's dragging her behind this. So,
this makes me think of a post that it was a reel. If God forgives, why can't you Negroes forgive?
There are more entertainers that have done worse. Now, I'm not saying what he did was right, but what I'm saying is people have a chance to grow.
And I witnessed Dr. Dre. You remember Dr. Dre slapped that girl on national television?
And still gets respected in the music.
Yes.
So y'all...
And had more accusations after that. This is what I don't like about us as people. We pick and choose who we want to harass or who we want to downplay.
Yeah.
If Rihanna was able to forgive him and not deal with him.
Rihanna went back out with him.
Yes, they're friends. I don't think she's going to date him. But I think we need to stop dragging each other so bad. You don't see nobody else.
Everybody makes mistakes. If you keep making the same mistake, yes, by all means. But if he's trying to make improvements, then let's stop dragging each other. When you see somebody trying to change their ways, stop dragging
Leave
folks.
Granted, why they didn't pay their taxes? Because that's what greedy, Caucasians mainly do sometimes.
But at the same time, we want to send out prayers to comedian actor Sinbad. Recently, pictures were posted on social media of his condition where he's still learning to walk after having a stroke from 2 years ago. It's a very painful picture to look at.
No, I didn't recognize. I had to look for a minute. Then I swiped. I said, damn, Sinbad.
Yeah. So he was once on, of course, y'all seen him on Different World, a whole bunch of productions, comedy specials, Different World.
He had his own show for a minute. It wasn't ratchet enough, so they canceled it. And I loved it.
I thought it was a great show. But let's just send our prayers to Sinbad and his family. Hopefully everything will be back on track as he recovers from the stroke. Now we're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, I want y'all to buckle up your seatbelts because we got the one and only. You okay?
I'm buckling up. I'm driving.
Avery Washington's in the building, y'all, with his new book, and we will be announcing the winners that will win one each copy of this new book. So I'm going. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're about to bring in our special guest in the building. We met him years ago. This brother has a number of numerous books out. You guys are going to absolutely love him. With his latest release, Over-Sexualization of Black Women in America, Avery Washington, y'all.
What's happening? What's happening? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Brother, let me tell you something. You are so professional. I don't care if we catch you on the street corner. It just seems like you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But it's good to see you, Avery.
Great to see y'all. I see y'all twinning over there, huh? I see the hairstyles. Y'all looking nice over there.
Thank you,
were just, I figured I'd be nice to her and do her hair.
It's so nice to have when the holiday spirit hits you, Avery. But I first want to congratulate you on this wonderful book, brother. I've started reading this book. And I'm telling you, this book already had me. I was like, amen. If this book had a collection plate, it'd be full. Okay?
I appreciate that.
First of all, what number book release is this for you?
This is number 7.
Number 7.
You gone. 7, that's the lowest number.
Yes.
Oh, there you
Yes,
go.
that's a beautiful number.
Beautiful number. And I mean, such a strong topic. That's the thing I want to know. What motivated you to write this book?
Well, I've been married almost 24 years now, and I have 3 daughters that I've been raising. But I want to give people who don't know a little background information about me. I was raised by 3 generations of Black women, a great grandmother, a grandmother, and my mother. And I moved to Houston from New Orleans, and I married a single mother. So within that marriage, I had 2 other kids. And what I do, most of my writing is about writings that will empower my daughters to leave a legacy with them, to help them navigate through life. So with over-sexualization of Black women in America, I have a 16-year-old daughter, and she came home one day and she was crying, and I had a conversation with her. And what it was is that even though she stays covered up, you have adult men who over-sexualize our Black women, but
Yes.
it's a long history behind that. So I had to have a conversation with her to boost her self-esteem up, because what happens is that a lot of young women blame their bodies and blame themselves for men approaching them or wanting to talk to them because of their physical appearance. So, that's why it's so important to have a father in the home to be able to give those young women positive affirmations of love so they can build their self-esteem and they won't feel insecure about other people's interpretations or perceptions of them. So, I wrote the book just to empower my daughters, but also you notice every time I write a book to empower my daughters from my heart, it empowers women across the United States. And it's been a blessing. So I wanted to give a historical facts about the over-sexualization of Black women so we can all have open dialogue, male and female, about how we can move forward and how we can, impact our women in a positive way.
Yeah. And your books definitely do that, because I know Letters to My Daughters was a wonderful book. It was inspirational. I know you said you were wrote in your book where you were on tour and a woman came to you in tears just talking about how it impacted her. So, I mean, that's powerful.
And I want to say this right now. Black women have poured into me so much. And I feel as a Black man and as Black men, especially as Black creators, we owe it to our Black women to put them in positive light, to speak of them in a positive way and to uplift them. And we need to stop making content that is degrading our women. There's no excuse for us to do that.
Facts.
Yeah, and I totally agree, because I'm seeing a lot more of it, unfortunately. And I would think it would be from younger men, but it's also men that are older. And I'm like, okay, I would think you guys know better, because you're not too far off when that stuff was just in your face. It still is, but why are you endorsing this behavior with your own women?
I don't know their own history.
So that's the shock value here that I find very surprising. But with this book, there is naturally over-sexualization of Black women. I don't care what we do. If we scrambling eggs, we driving the car, oh, she's just too out there, worldly, as you would say. Why do you think Black women have this stigma upon us the most?
Well, I did a lot of research writing this book, and I went all the way back to the 1700s, to the late 1700s. I wrote about Sarah Bartman. I spoke about her story, about how Sarah Bartman, she was a member of the Khoikhoi tribe in South Africa, and the Europeans came over and they took her to London, England. And when they took her to England, they had her like in a Piccadilly circus, in a cage. Had people paying to touch her buttocks and touch her body and found her. And I moved from there and I go into slavery. And I speak about how the slave masters would go to the auctions and they would see the auctions blocks as a place where they can pick women for their concubines, and they were just, molesting our women back in those days. And I moved forward into the 70s to the pimp game.
Yes.
Just like they used to break men and women in slavery, pimps. I don't know if I curse on here. Can I swear?
Of course. Oh, yes.
Well, pimps always talk about breaking a bitch.
Yeah.
And what's sad, I say Black men, we have to hold ourselves accountable too. because we were pimping black women also, and we were breaking a bitch using that term. So as black men, we got to hold ourselves accountable too and say why after black men were being raped by slave masters, black women were being raped by slave masters to break them. So why would you as a black man want to break a woman? And basically you saying breaking a bitch. Why would you want to break a woman down to where she has no self-esteem at all and make her follow you? You know, I feel that I needed to write and talk about that and hold us accountable as black men. And then I move forward to the black exploitation period in the film industry. Now, the black exploitation period in the film industry, that's when we had a lot of black creators coming out. But instead of basically white Europeans created that false narrative that black women were innately hypersexual. And at the same time, they were saying that white women were pure. So that narrative was carried on by us black men during the 70s, during the black exploitation period, during the film industry, when black creators could have wrote positive images and positive roles for black women. We continue to write degrading roles for black women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. And I mean, that was definitely a period that you would think we would have our own production. We may focus on a little bit more positivity, but unfortunately, the pimps, the hoes, and all that type of lifestyle.
And I will not watch those black exploitation movies.
She won't watch the Mac. That's a prime example.
No, I mean, I've seen parts of it, but there's a lot of movies, I won't watch from that era because I don't want to see the BS. Period. And as a woman that developed early, I know exactly what you mean with old. I will never forget going to the grocery store with my mom. I was 13. Fully dressed like your daughter. Had the nerve of an old Negro approach me. And I tell you what, my mama went off. She was over to the left going to get a basket, so I guess he thought I was by myself. My mother clicked. You can hear her all over that store. Surprised she didn't kill him.
Yeah.
But that is something, I mean, I remember even talking to coaches coming up in high school. The eyes right here. No, but I'm up here. And here you are, a young girl. Men don't understand how that makes a woman feel. Especially at such a young age and you are much older. They have no idea.
That's the most uncomfortable feeling. I mean,
disrespectful.
I wasn't young, but I experienced some of that myself as I got older. But it is a feeling you don't shake off because you are so uncomfortable. And you actually, sometimes you will go home and question yourself, knowing you were fully dressed. You wasn't trying to flirt. You wasn't trying to appease to anybody. You were just being yourself. But all of a sudden, you're getting this unwanted attention, and it's very tasteless on how the approach is. So, unfortunately, I think a lot of women go through that from all ethnic backgrounds.
Yeah,
that's facts.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, where does it stop? But with your book, I'm hoping that we can get some common sense in here because you go on about how you discuss slavery, you discuss the era on where we had those movies that just basically put us out there not in a good light.
Yeah.
But do you think that black men, because I know division is the main key that most of America wants, and they know if they keep black families apart, especially if black men and women are not getting along, I think it is a deliberate agenda.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's a deliberate agenda. But the thing I hate about the agenda is that a lot of our own people are carrying it out and not recognizing it.
Man, you know what? We got good and bad people in all races, and I just look at it like this. We need to, I created this book also to create dialogue just like we have it now. So we can talk about these things. We need to stop allowing, there's no excuse for us to let these Europeans continue to create narratives and to keep repeating these narratives over and over until everybody believes it. And then we start believing it. We need to continue to write and create our own narratives and follow through. And then another thing, we need to stand 10 toes down when somebody would try to, create a narrative about us. And that's what I did respect when I saw Kyrie Irving the first time, when those reporters were coming at him. He was looking them dead in the eyes and told them, I don't care what you labeling me, I'm not that. And he stood 10 toes down then at that point. But what we need to do, we need to continue writing positive narratives about our women, and speak about their true essence. I speak about the music industry in depth in the book also, because we as Black people, we make a lot of excuses for this degrading music that's out there. When we say something against this degrading music, the first thing somebody say is, oh, it's just music. But I'm gonna tell you how important music was when the slave masters was making Black people go to church on Sundays. The slaves were smart. They took a lot of those words from Christianity and created songs, and they were singing songs with coding in it that would help them to freedom. And they were singing these songs right in front of the slave masters. That's how important music was. Then if you move into the civil rights movement, music was so impactful and so powerful in the civil rights movement. It helped us and gave us the strength to fight and carry on. And then if you go into the R&B era, where we had a lot of love music, where Black men was singing about how much they love and how much they respect their women.
Yeah.
So from what I see is that the agenda has been switched to where these radio executives are going to snatch out 17-year-old kids that's probably coming from generations of poverty and say, look, we're going to pay y'all millions of dollars. But we're going to let you put this message out there, because what we're going to do now, we're going to make this music the new Willie Lynch letter on steroids. And that's what I feel about hip hop, the negative hip hop today. We still got some good now, but I feel that it's the new Willie Lynch letter on steroids.
And the sad thing is, I keep telling Black people this over and over, and I won't stop, that they have handed us a culture that is not ours. We have adapted to this culture in disrespecting each other, glorifying violence. And all you got to do and it's sad to this day, if you just put wave a dollar in a Black person's face, they'll sell their mama out.
But check this out, though. They want to cancel Kyrie for posting something. He never said a word. And they saying that that was anti-Semitic and this and that. But if you really want to go deep in it, these same people that's saying that's anti-Semitic, they are paying Black kids millions of dollars to speak about murdering each other.
Yeah.
To speak about Black men murdering each other, and that Black women ain't shit but bitches and hoes.
Yeah.
These same people that's trying to get rid of Kyrie, they making billions of dollars off of us promoting killing and degradation of our women.
Yeah, but the thing is, because I missed when he said it, but I think my homeboy Ali asked me about it, and I think he was pretty much saying that Blacks were the original Hebrews, and I think because like I said, I didn't witness the comment, but it's true. So how is that racist, anti-Semitic when it's the truth?
But that's what Kyrie was saying, because if you really go in depth, if the definition of Semitic, it's all about language, and what they're doing, they're trying to put it on a race to try. This is what America does. When Black people start learning about themselves and we start empowering each other, what they'll do, they'll label us something negative, and they'll keep looping it in a cycle until we start believing it ourselves. And then you have people like we seen earlier calling this man an idiot. You calling this man an idiot because he's learning about himself?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anybody saying is an idiot, because I knew how he said it. It's true.
Thank you for the Cash App, D. But you know what? We were just on Instagram Live with Lawrence Killebrew, and we were talking about your book, and he made a very interesting point about how can a man write about this subject matter when you would think a woman would be speaking more on
Well, you talking about Lawrence for one.
Well, I understand that, but he said it was the only reason I'm bringing it up because Avery said it was a good question.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This book was hard to write, and I spoke with an editor before I wrote the book, and he was like, Avery, you're really walking on treacherous water right now, a thin line, writing a book like this. He said, because somebody might get offended because of the way you write it. So what I decided to do, I say, well, I'm gonna write the book from a historical point of view. So the book is factual, and it's a timeline from the 1700s until now. I mean, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this is my 7th book, and I just recorded the audio book. And when I recorded the audio book, and I kept repeating it over and over, And I was like, damn, this book is very deep. It's a good book. And I think this is the my best works. And my daughter, she's 16, my youngest daughter, and she had a girlfriend over, and I gave her a copy of the book, and she just started reading the book out loud and was so empowered by the book immediately because she's able to relate. And I cut all the fat out of the book, and I'm just putting strictly facts in there. And also I have a powerful poem in there at the beginning of the book to empower the young women or the adult women that read the book. As soon as they open it, they're empowered. And then I also have a quote from Malcolm X, when he said the most disrespected woman is the black woman. But I leave solutions at the end of the book. And the solutions I left was, as black creators, we have so many. All of us, I challenge all black creators to write books that's going to be empowering for our women, make movies that's going to be empowering for our women, make music that's going to be empowering for our women. And we need to stand 10 toes down whenever somebody tries to make us repeat a negative narrative about us.
Well, hold on, Mama Miss, because we are going to show the book and talk about more about the book. But I like what you said about this 17th century, because even after they kidnapped this woman and put her in a circus, you notice that white women started wearing these dresses with rods in them.
Yeah,
a lot of
the backside.
Right. So that we've been the most imitated and looked down since day one. Because they didn't have booty surgery back then, so now they can just go get them some fat put back there. But that's what they were doing. When you all see these old movies like oh my God, what's the one that we watch a lot of with Scarlett O'Hara?
Oh, Gone with the Wind.
Yes, all of those dresses have those garments in the back to make them appear like black women. And a lot of people didn't realize where that came from.
Yeah,
it came from, like you said, the woman that they put in the circle. And there's been numerous of black women, and to know that they was letting them feel on her is just sickening and disgusting. But go ahead.
I go deeper about her. I mean, it's worse than that. I can't talk about it on here, but it gets real deep. I talk about everything that they had her doing.
That's sad.
And the sad thing is because they was turned on by it.
Yeah. They would have couples. They brought her to Paris. They would have couples get into a circle and have parties and have her in the middle of the circle, and they would just take turns touching her, stuff like that, just humiliating her. So our young women need to know the history behind a lot of this stuff that's going on.
Do you think, I mean, as a man, do you think there's any way that we can possibly get on the same table with black men and black women? Because like I said, I see a big division, and all the behaviors that we're talking about that was an origin of slavery. Generations later, here we are
still doing it
on each other, among other races, already having this mindset about us. I mean, it's not even just sexualization when it comes to, black people, I think, are easily labeled. Like, if I'm having a conversation with you now, and if I'm having a conversation with somebody else, calm down.
Yeah, black women are
calm down.
Yeah, black women are labeled aggressive and loud, and black men are they dangerous. But I stand by what I said on the earlier when we was talking to Lawrence, and this is why I said I love to see a black man speaking on an issue that's obvious of black women's trauma and pain.
Yeah,
and we both need to start. This is one way I feel like we can come together. Instead of the division, black women need to acknowledge what's happening to our men, our black men. Talk about it. Show some empathy and care. Black men need to do the same thing as you did with this book.
You know what? In the chapter 6, I talk about relationships between black men and black women. And, I've been married, almost 24 years. And what I've learned is that as men, a lot of times, and not all men, but I speak for myself, I wasn't aware of some of the things that I would say that could trigger trauma from the past. You know what I'm saying? From my wife. So I think as men, we have to be very attentive to the women that we're in relationships with, to our wives, and make sure that we're not saying things that's going to trigger them or trigger trauma from their past. So we just have to learn to be patient and communicate. And and it's happening, believe me, because there's a lot, people be saying black love is dead. That's a lie. It's a lot of successful black relationships. It's a lot of successful black marriages. All our friends are married, been married over 10 years or more. And black love is real, but we just have to continue to have dialogue like this. And I appreciate you all having me on this platform to have that dialogue. And to answer the question earlier, you were saying the guy was asking, how could a man write books like this? When you raising daughters, hey, it's gonna be a whole lot come out of you that you ain't know you had in you.
That part.
But believe it or not, my daughters are the reason for me becoming a writer, because I always wanted to leave them powerful affirmations to empower them. So if you look at all my books from 1 to 7, I'm always saying something empowering about my daughters, or saying something empowering to uplift my daughters, or to uplift black women, you know?
You know, it's funny that you said that, because not only did I just share in my story a bunch of celebrities that's been married 20 plus years, it was a bunch of them, that black love is real. But I was on live with someone, and he's a black man talking about love don't exist. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Are you that damaged, or did you not witness it? I don't know.
A lot of people are damaged.
Yeah, I listen to that BS music. And I really believe rap is really filling our children and our men and women's head with garbage.
A
lot of garbage. Because like I said, it's you know, you eat pork all day, you're gonna feel like shit. If you eat sugar,
I'm glad you're saying that. Yeah.
Because to me, what you listen to, what you eat, what you allow yourself to witness and see,
intake. Yeah.
You're taking this in, it comes a part of you, and people don't understand it. Like you were just saying with the music that we did during slavery. You know, and not only, I mean, we've always been clever. And this is why I learned why white America has such an issue when it came to cornrows. When I realized that black women would cornrow maps for freedom.
Yeah, that was genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
And had the nerve to call somebody stupid. Not only are we outsmarting y'all, we built your country.
We still thriving. No matter what obstacles they put in front of us, we still gonna thrive. But we need to thrive even more as a unit. Once we get back together as a unit, part, nothing can stop us, you know. And see, I want to touch on this too. Y'all have a great father. And just like, you know, my daughter had that situation, and Michelle spoke about, you know, having a similar situation. Without a father being in the home to talk to that daughter about that situation, man, that daughter can go down a real dark road. And you know, we need black men in the home. And this music, we got to put a stop to it. You know, I understand we as creators, we have to be free to express ourselves. But if you saying certain things to tell a story, that's one thing. But if you just on there saying, yeah, I'm gonna skeet in that bitch face, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, just degrade women and say, yeah, I'm gonna kill this dude, I'm gonna kill him, and all that kind of stuff, man, that got to go.
No, it's facts.
Yeah.
And I always tell men, because I always say, well, you got to be there for your son. No, you need to be there for your daughter too. And the mother needs to be there for the son, because the son needs to know the nurturing of a woman, the love of a woman. And going through the things that we did, if we did not have the father, we wouldn't have probably known better, because a lot of women that suffer from not having a father normally look for love in the wrong places, or accept things that you should not accept. And and I had this conversation as well when it came to voting. Oh, I don't vote, yada yada yada. I said, you know what, that's black people problem. And it's turned to Illuminati. It turned to a lot of garbage. And I said, you know what? If we organize and work together, and if we kept our money in our community, and if we showed up in droves to vote, because they're not taking your vote away. They're not trying to make it hard for you because your vote don't matter.
That part.
But we are easily distracted, because I'm like, how do you get from voting to a damn Illuminati? I said, this is your problem. You are so distracted on the nonsense. And I mean, like, if you're going to talk about Illuminati, New World Order, I need you to go really research it and know what you're talking about. Because that had nothing to do with what I'm saying. This is why I tell people you can't mess with the Jews. The Jews have went through something not as bad as blacks.
No. Everybody, the Holocaust wasn't no walk.
It wasn't no walk in the park. But the reason I said it wasn't as bad is because they wasn't separating ship. And at the end, they actually hired some Jewish men, the Nazis did, to collect their Jewish books, their culture. So they still had something to go after the Holocaust. They had their culture there to go back to. Blacks we didn't have that. We didn't have our culture. We don't have our language.
Nothing was preserved.
Nothing. And the Nazis actually preserved their culture and their art for them. So I'm not saying that it wasn't, it wasn't bad. Anytime you murder, separate, and pick on any person because of their religion or their color, it's terrible. And it should never happen. But if Black people had the chance to still know our culture, because we were separated if we spoke the same language, because language, tons of languages in Africa. If you spoke the same language, you were separated. They shaved your hair because it showed your status. And it also identified the tribe you came from. So they erased all that. So we had nothing to go on besides the garbage we was given.
And I wanted to ask you, Avery, since we're in this new time period where we're just blatantly getting disrespect from other ethnic backgrounds as well as our own, and we're seeing all these images and hearing all this, do you think it influences more ratchet behavior for some women who don't have guidance?
That's where I was going for, as you having a dad in the home and my daughter's having a dad in the home. Having that dad, he's going to sit down and talk to you and teach you about, this is what I teach my daughters. I teach them that most men treat you the way you carry yourself. A lot of women don't want to hear that. But it's the truth. It could be a guy that he could be the most disrespectful guy, but if you carry yourself like a young lady, he would try to step his game up, even though it might not even be in him. You know what I'm saying?
But
he gonna try to step his game up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
now these are facts. Because I've told Michelle plenty of times, I went out with my friend to the club. I can walk past the same man, but I turn around, she's getting the spat on or drink thrown at her.
Yeah. I mean,
so these are facts.
The way you carry yourself, it commands respect also. I hear a lot of women saying, Black men are intimidated by strong women, which it's not true in my opinion, because I love strong women. I married my wife because she was a strong woman. But there's a difference between walking in a room and the way you carry yourself. It commands respect. It commands, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to say it. But if you just loud and being boisterous and this and that, that's what men don't like. And that is not being strong. That's just being loud and disrespectful.
And ghetto.
Yeah.
Being aggressive.
Yeah.
And being aggressive is not going to turn no man on.
It works my nerves as a woman.
I'm looking at you like, why are you acting like that? Why are you so aggressive, so loud, so evil, talking so, disrespectful? You don't have to do all that. But I do like the fact that I see a lot of Black women are trying to, because we are the only culture of women that like to say strong. I'm so strong.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, but you know what? We when you put that label on us, then people
comes with a lot of weight.
It comes with a lot of extra weight. And no, I'm not strong. I need somebody to help carry this load.
There you go. You know what though? I touched on it in the book that I teach my daughters. My mother was strong and independent. My wife was strong and independent, and I'm teaching my daughters to be strong and independent because I love that. But where I draw the line at is when that narrative is being pushed and that agenda is being pushed to where women are saying I'm strong and independent and I don't need a man at all. To me, that's what America wants, and it wants our homes to continue to be separated. So I teach my daughters to be strong and independent, of course, and to love themselves and have a relationship with themselves. But I don't want them saying they don't need no Black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that at all.
I love me a Black man, baby.
No, because you said that does carry a lot. And I think even with the recent release of The Woman King, there was controversy about that because you have the woman and the king. Oh, you guys trying to demasculate men and everything.
Oh, why they couldn't change the name to something else?
Been queen or something of that nature. So I think that we are definitely obsessed with these labels. You know what I mean? We are obsessed with these labels, and that, you know, if we feel that someone is going out their way to disrespect my greatness, that's when you hear mostly, well, I'm a strong, independent. Yeah, you can be, but at the same time, don't cut off the bridge where you can't, nobody can roll with you.
But are you independent by choice or by because your mouth has blocked all your blessings?
Boy, you wild, boy. You wild.
That's facts though, because sometimes your mouth can chase away your blessings.
I don't sit back and argue with men, especially if I see one of like you do have a lot of men that like to argue with women. I don't argue with men. My daddy told me a long time ago when I was beating up neighborhood boys, keep your damn hands off them boys, because I'm gonna kill somebody or go to jail.
A man ain't supposed to argue with no woman anyway.
Yeah, but you got a lot
you
of
got
that.
a slew of them out here.
It's so they will sit there and argue.
I'm like, dude, are you wearing thongs today, sir? I mean, I'm trying to find out what the temperature is.
And then when you call them for what they acting like a bitch, then they get feelings.
Right.
I don't argue with female, especially male bitches. I don't do neither one.
But you know what though? You just reminded me of something. These television shows and all of that stuff like that that's on TV right now.
Yeah.
All it's doing is teaching black men and black women to disrespect each other. That's why I said as black creators, man, we got to get rid of that nonsense and put something out there that's positive.
Yeah, but you know, I told Michelle I didn't notice it until like Love of Hip Hop. I mean, it's been out there with the hip hop, the music. But when I started seeing Basketball Wives, and now you see these women,
housewives,
these people, I'm like, y'all doing this in real life, throwing drinks at each other? Because it seemed like it amped it up a little bit more.
Like, it's cute to be ratchet. It's cute to be argumentative. It's like all these stereotypes that we do not want to be bothered with is being endorsed, because it seems like the more stupid or ignorant you act, the more spotlight you get. And I don't have the patience for it. I know I don't, and I definitely don't. Neither one of us want to represent that kind of energy.
No, because for one, I don't care how old we are. You can sit your ass down. Actually, I could be 105. Daddy will still check you.
Yeah, buddy.
But it's like when I see things like Medea, the movie, I can't relate to a grandmother cussing and smoking weed and carrying a gun. You know, I can't relate to it. I can't.
But see, that's that foolery, that buffoonery. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're putting out there.
Yeah, I can. You know, it was like a little bit of the Huxtables. And if you could just throw a little slight ratchet,
just a sprinkle of ratchet, just a sprinkle.
But that's the upbringing me and Michelle have.
But you know what? None of us will know the truth behind the Bill Cosby thing, for as why they didn't allow him to buy NBC. But in my opinion, if you look at when Bill Cosby was doing these TV shows, he had positive images of black folk.
Yes,
you had a lot of kids wanted to go to college when they was watching, A Different World.
Yep.
And basically, if this man would have bought that national station, think about the programming that he would have put on there. That programming would have changed the trajectory of Black America.
And they won't gonna let that happen.
And that they don't want to let that happen. They'll let this fuckery be on TV, but something like that. And since he been gone, we haven't had programming like it was when he was there.
No, it's definitely gone downhill, because I can't. The last positive show that was African American thing, I can't even remember the last.
Sinbad was a good show, and they took that off the air.
I cannot remember within the last year.
But the sad thing is, like, what he said, it's facts. You are not going to put this positivity out here for these black folks to start looking and thinking of, better, because you had more, like you said, going to college. You had more people getting married.
Yep.
And people always want to use this term, an educated black person is the most threat. No, a couple, a black family is the biggest threat to America. Then the educated black man.
Right.
Okay, a black woman. But it's the black family that's been under attack. I look at the background of the Good Times and how it was mainly around Florida Evans.
Yeah.
And she demanded that a black man was going to be on that program.
Yep.
Because they were going to have a single black woman living in the ghetto as usual.
With 3 kids.
With 3 children. To make black men look like y'all wasn't doing nothing. And sad thing is, Black men are more active in their children's lives than any other race, and these are facts.
That's facts. That's facts. And you know what they wanted? They wanted that trauma bonding between the single mothers to go on and continue to empower each other. And we just have generations and generations of single mother homes.
It's programming. And Alex, you were absolutely right. Blackish was a great show. Yes.
And they have Grownish.
So
That's true. That's true.
Blackish was good, and that is over with. You know, and I looked at one of my customers different. I've been knowing they have for a long time. And she didn't want to watch it because I felt like they was pushing their opinion on me. And I had to, girl, I said, that ain't an opinion. That's Black life and Black facts.
We got some facts right here because it's that time, y'all. We had a contest for y'all who entered. You shared a reel, you followed the heifers, you hashtag, you did all that.
Oh, look at that. Mama missed your name up there, Kizzy.
So we're going to spin and see who the first winner is right quick. Who's going to get a copy of this book right here?
We got to spin it.
Uh-oh. Holly Cotton is the first winner that will be getting a copy of a book. Okay.
Congratulations, Holly.
Holly's gonna love this book, and Holly works for the Ebony Network, so I'm gonna talk to her about you interviewing on her show about this book because it's excellent. All right, we got one more giveaway. Let's go ahead and see who wins the second book from Avery Washington. And it looks like it's Misty.
It's Kizzy. I knew Kizzy was gonna win. You go, Kizzy. I knew it.
Mama Miss, congratulations. You get a copy of the book. So I'll be contacting our winners for your mailing addresses so I can send you guys this book and y'all will have a good read because I know I am definitely.
Alex loves that nickname I gave her.
Yeah, Misty won. Mama Miss won.
No, that's Kizzy won and Holly won.
Gone, both of them. Now.
Yes.
But I'm telling you guys, even if you guys didn't enter the contest, get a chance to win, please head to Amazon. Get this book along with several of them, but this is his latest one. You got to read it. You got to make sure you purchase it. Even if you don't want to read it, make sure you give it to a gifted woman. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to have to buy another copy because I think this needs to be an excellent book for our cousin.
Oh, yes. She is going through it.
We got a cousin that's going through it, and I think this book would be very uplifting for her.
Well, I think, first of all, she need to move from where she at.
Oh, ATL.
Yeah, a lot of Black folks I saw running to Atlanta, and it didn't do anything for me for some reason. It was and then I went to the Freaknik one time, and I did not leave my I didn't leave my damn hotel.
Hey, look, we both went. We was up there. We went on the strip one time. I was like, okay, let's go.
Hold up. This was daytime. Yes. We went shopping. Our friend and we lived out there. We went shopping, and what I saw, I was disgusted.
I was like, okay.
And I was like, I ain't going out.
You ain't.
Girl, let's go get some food, get our drinks, and we in this hotel. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, make sure we ain't leaving no place. But I appreciate you, Avery, not only for being a guest on our show. This is the digital time. You are always welcome back.
Always.
And I necessarily don't want to bring you always on for your book, even though they are excellent. But you have great talking points that are just right dead on.
I love folks that's full of Black knowledge because that's one thing I like to know is about my history and about my people.
Yes.
Michelle knows I'm very militant. I try to tone it down when I get on because she like, God damn, shit, don't be going.
Now, shit, I'm gonna tell you right now, Avery, we were both dead tired before we got on this show. We done both pepped up with this conversation, brother. So we appreciate it. I'm telling you, this was awesome.
I appreciate it. Look, Rocky, I better not see you apologizing to nobody on YouTube now.
Oh, damn.
You say you militant. I don't want to hear you apologizing.
No, I'm very militant.
Talking about, I'm sorry.
No. I don't say sorry about anything I meant. Because to me, that's a lie. And I'm trying to get to heaven, so I don't need no lies or anything extra.
Yeah.
So I don't apologize. I am militant. I'm very proud of who I am, where I come from. I went so far to got my DNA, and I was upset that my Nigerian went down. But goddamn! But anyway, I'm very. I love Black men, and I love my Black sisters, and I'm a people person anyway. I get along with anybody and everybody, but we all need to have some kind of pride with your culture. Everybody should
have some boundaries.
Yeah, I don't care if you Native American, you Mexican. Have some pride in your culture and love it.
Exactly.
Like the Jewish people do. That's why I say, hey, look, Jewish folks, they ain't gonna let you fuck with them.
No, you can't do that.
You ain't gonna forget the Holocaust. And that's another thing I get pissed with black folks. I don't want to talk about slavery. I'm embarrassed. Are you crazy?
Exactly. But Avery, let everybody know where they can find you online, your social media, everything.
You can find me on Instagram at author Avery Washington. And you can go to my website, which is averywashington.com. And all of my books are listed on my website, but also all of my books are on Amazon also. And I also wanted to let you know that over-sexualization of Black women in America continues to stay on the bestsellers list. It was #1 a couple times, and it continues to fluctuate up and down. But it's on Kindle. It's available on Kindle and paperback right now. And my hard copy will be coming in tomorrow, so I have to approve that, and it'll be soon on hard copy. And I just recorded the audio book with my voice, so I have to do some editing, and it'll be in all 4 of those formats. So I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, as soon as your audible is done, because we know Killebrew need that one.
Yeah.
Y'all tripping. Y'all see, y'all keep messing with that, man.
Our homegirl said that he gonna need the audio version because he can't read.
But no, he can read. But the thing is, he likes to get me hyped for something. He likes the way I say motherfucker.
Yeah.
So he gets moist off of me cussing him out.
Wait, hold up. You didn't went too far. Come on now, look. Hey, hey, look, hold up. You talking to a man right now, you know. I'm not one of your girlfriends, and that's so.
No, but I'm just saying, it makes him excited. Is that better? Let me use a better word. It makes him excited, but he likes a little ratchet. So I can't talk to him like I'm talking to you. I gotta cuss him out to make him happy.
It's very sad. But yes, Rocky has a thing. But y'all follow Avery Washington. Please go purchase his book. Make sure you recommend it to your friends. Because like I said, I just thought of our cousin. She's going through something right now. And I think this book would actually be an excellent start for her to start on her path of healing. So Avery, thank you so much again, brother. Congratulations on all your success.
I love y'all.
We love you too, brother, and we appreciate you. Welcome back anytime, brother.
For
I don't
real.
care. I don't care if you want to talk about a news article. You bring it on.
Yeah.
Tell Mr. TC I said what's happening.
Will do.
Definitely will, everybody. Avery Washington, y'all.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure to have that brother on our show. And I'm telling you, we met him years ago.
Yes, Avery is so cool.
Years ago. And we met him at an art gallery in person.
Yeah.
And then we also had him on when we were on radio.
Yeah.
But when you meet Avery in person, he has such a strong presence.
A presence. And that's what, it's like when he was just saying, when you carry yourself like a lady, you're going to be respected. And like I said, I love the way Avery carries himself, because the way he carries himself is, I'm married, I'm happy.
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah. And a lot of more black men need to write a book on how to carry yourself like a strong black man.
If they listen.
He need to do it anyway. Put it in hip hop. Make it into a rap song.
Make it into a rap song.
Yeah. They listen in.
They'll listen in, y'all. But we already know, y'all, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Now, of course, we want to wish you guys a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And I definitely updated our subscribers on Instagram, because our schedules have gotten so crazy that we had to reduce the price of our subscription, because I'm not sure how often we'll be able to do it. But we're going to come through for y'all. We'll probably try to do a private live tomorrow sometime of us fooling around, cooking, drinking, and being mad.
Yeah, we will be cooking and drinking. I got this. I'm sure she's going to record me shucking oysters. I have, was it 5 dozen?
You got to shuck 5 dozen.
I got 5 dozen oysters to shuck, and I'm going to be a shucking sister. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Talk about Little Mermaid.
Yeah, talk about Little Mermaid. Hey! The original.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Mermaids. Don't get me started. For y'all that don't know.
Yeah.
I think the name of the water goddess is Wata Mama. And,
from the Caribbean.
It's a goddess from the Caribbean. Yes, Starbucks stole the image, slapped it on used it as a logo. But for you all that don't know, when you hear these people talking about, oh, she's not black, yes, she is.
Yeah, it comes from mermaid tales come from the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
So y'all just look it up. No, we're going to try and do something, because I know Lawrence Killebrew did have Killebrew Kicks, his foundation, which raised enough money to take a bunch of kids to go see Black Panther. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, I ain't doing no with kids.
Come on, Rocky.
I'm not doing it.
Come on. We can encourage some young
They
ladies.
gotta be of a certain age. I'm not dealing with nobody bad ass cheering. Y'all saw what I shared. This is why I don't have kids. Well, Bernie Mac, shut the hell up.
You know what? Look, everybody, y'all have a great holiday. Next week, we are having on Mr. Steve Brown,
Yes.
Marvin Hunter. That's going to be a hilarious show because they will be showing out and performing live in Houston next weekend, which we will be there to show up and show out.
Yes.
Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. And if you guys want to listen to us on the go, this podcast will definitely be in audio format by tomorrow. So if you didn't get a chance to stick around for the whole show, you want to listen on the go,
Yeah.
tune in on any place you listen to all your podcasts. That's where you find the heifers, okay? So, hey, be blessed. We out.
I holla.